Still catching my breath from the class, I took the opportunity to ask a couple of students about their own experiences in the martial arts world.
What drew you to just like contact sports in general, I suppose?
Well, I started martial arts training when I was about 7. I started with Taekwondo.
Okay.
And then when I was 11, I moved on to karate. And then in high school, I did wrestling. And after high school and college, I started boxing.
So you've been into it your whole life?
My whole life, yeah. So it was kind of a natural progression to the mixed martial arts to kind of bring it all together.
What is it that mixed martial arts offers you that boxing didn't?
More of a full body involvement in the sport. I love boxing and it's one of my favorite sports, but I wanted to get involved more in grappling and in wrestling and get back into kicking and kind of rolling around a little bit.
So what would be like the one thing that this has done for you in the time that you've trained, not just here, but like also boxing, you know, like a tangible difference that you've noticed in your life since you kind of started training?
Well, it's kept me in shape, which is really nice, and I have a hard time motivating to go just to the gym and work out.
Sure.
So it's great because I can come here and I'm doing something that's fun, I don't notice the time pass, and I'm getting a great workout.
So how long have you been training at Modelio?
Ever since I opened up, I've been training with Ken for probably about a year and a half.
Oh, okay, great. So have they been open for a year and a half, or did you start somewhere else with Ken?
Started somewhere else with Ken when he came back from Denmark.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you kind of get into mixed martial arts and kickboxing?
I have actually was in martial arts years and years ago. I mean, in freestyle karate. So I just kind of been watching and seeing things that where, you know, I didn't have any ground game.
Right.
As far as Thai boxing goes, dirty Thai boxing, street style fighting, that's all second nature to me. Right. From what I trained years ago. Right. But the grappling part is what I needed, so you know, kind of searched out who I wanted to train with.
That's
Ken
great.
was one of those guys.
Yeah. So what was the first big like reality shock when you got down to the ground game? Like
no gas.
No gas.
No gas.
Just like no stamina.
Yeah, and then, you know, I consider myself pretty good shape.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know, I knew I had to drop some weight.
Yeah.
You know, I was up. You know, I was concentrating on building mass and up at 220.
Wow.
And so, you know, I said, you know, if I'm going to continue with this, I need to get faster. I need to be leaner, faster. So I said, I'm just going to drop 20, and that's what I did, you know, over a period of about 9 months.
Wow. So you supplement like running and other stuff along with this, or is this the main?
No, I take over. Instead of doing as much lifting weights as what I used to do, I changed everything. I changed everything around to where I'm lifting weights not for size anymore, but for more trying to build more quick twitch fiber, muscle fiber.
The instructors at Modelio are as varied a group of martial artists as you can get. You can see that Omar Santiago teaches a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class with equal parts intensity and humor. I also had an opportunity to talk to Steve Borsay while Omar had his class working hard.
So you guys started the school with 3 friends, extensive martial arts experience, really different backgrounds. So we heard a little bit about Ken's, so tell me about yours.
I started off with boxing and kickboxing, mainly kickboxing when I was at Santa Barbara College.
Okay.
And I really liked the martial arts. I tried to, you know, I did some traditional style martial arts, you know, like Kung Fu and Aikido. I didn't really like that too much. I didn't really find it possibly as effective as something I'd like to do. So when UFC 1 came around, that's the first time it was like this exposure to like realistic fighting arts, not just point or sparring arts. Right. So I did like the kickboxing, and then I came up to Portland, I got into jiu-jitsu, and then I studied straight boxing. So I really had that good stand-up, you know, fairly good stand-up. You know, I still got beat up a lot, took a lot of blunt head trauma. I eventually kind of tapered off the boxing, you know, hardcore boxing, because I was finishing my engineering degree and it was kind of affecting my memory and things like that. So for students in here, when I teach boxing and stuff, I try to avoid just coming in and getting smashed in the face or repeated head trauma.
That's probably a good thing too.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good thing for the long run. A lot of schools don't focus, you know, on safe sparring practices. Then the jiu-jitsu, you know, supplement the boxing and the kickboxing with the jiu-jitsu, which is really great. Because actually jiu-jitsu looks really dangerous, but it's really not. All the submissions are, even though they're chokes and joint locks, people generally don't get hurt. If, you know, people stay in control, they tap early, and the people who are submitting the other guy, you know, they don't try to like lock the guy out and really yank on the arm bars and the triangles and things like that. No one ever tends to get hurt. So it's a very safe sport.
Right.
As I ice my sore muscles, I am still unsure as to whether there is one common driving factor for everyone who studies martial arts. All I know is, in the time that I spent at Modelio, there was a palatable feeling of respect, understanding, and sheer joy at studying an age-old art in its newest form.
Go to the body.